This morning, we're joined by the president of Mzough U Tiv, joining us from the UK. His name is Victor Bemdou Aleva, who is a London-based international chartered accountant and president of the Tea people in the UK, who are numbering over 10,000 in number. Well, Mr. Victor Bemdou Aleva, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise Daily. If you could kindly unmute so that we could hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Maokbe. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Nigerian.
You're welcome to the program. So let's just quickly get started. The president, when he visited the last time, wanted to see arrests. He also urged, a peace meeting between the warring political factions in the state. It's unclear if that had anything to do with the conflict that was witnessed in Benue State. But do you want to tell us what exactly it is, that is the situation of things right now from what you can get? I don't know if you've been home since that particular attack or what it is that your people are currently telling you.
Yeah, thank you, Maokbe. When that incident happened, I was here live and I spoke about the entire incident here. Our members, that's I'm talking about the executive committee and members of Mzough U Tiv, United Kingdom, MUTUK, decided that I should go and assess things on myself, not just by hearsay. So I was there in Yelewata last week. I was there on Saturday last week, and I saw things myself. And I want to tell you that it's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. It's not about playing to the gallery or just saying things, being political. No, it's quite unfortunate. Up till as I speak, nothing has changed. Now, I told you here during my earlier interview that nothing good is going to come out from the president's visit to Benue State. All those are just political. Nothing is happening in Yelewata. I have video evidences. I have interview, different ones from the locals. I was there live with my entourage.
When you say nothing is happening, it certainly, will be around your expectations of what should have happened. What did you hope was going to happen, and what exactly did you see on the ground?
Okay, let me tell you this. First of all, this was not about herders-farmer clashes. No. It's about a calculated attempt to exterminate a group of people living in the village peacefully. Now, when that happened, the president went there. We expected that, first of all those burnt houses, people were killed, burnt in their houses, children, the old, and all were killed. Now, more than 200 and something persons were killed in Yelewata. It's a fact. Now, we expected that it's not just about playing to the gallery by sending money, going there to donate money, monies that we cannot even know what's happening with it, as far as we are concerned. It's not about that. We expected that the federal government should immediately go there and rebuild that place for the people. When you go there, homes are destroyed. It's not about people where everybody in Yelewata and other places in Benue State attack. When they run to Makudi to go and take shelter in Modern Market and the rest, then what happens? You discover that these expansionists will go and occupy the village. Is that the strategy? So we expected that federal government should rebuild that place. They should rebuild that place. People are still there. As I speak to you, so Markwe, just 2 weeks ago, persons were killed in the same Yelewata. If you go to Yelewata today, there are some areas you cannot go. They can't go to the farm. They are all housed around the primary school area and the church. They can't go to their farms. When you step, they will tell you that, look, there are all these killer herdsmen in XYZ place. You can't go there. If you're in your farm, you are shot. When I went to Yelwata, what did I see there? I saw just few policemen. No, you just played. When it happened, they deployed force into that place. But now nobody is there. Just few of them. Few of them, you can count just about 10 policemen near the police post. That is all. That is all. And yet these people are being killed as I speak to you.
Well, Mr. Bemdu, without prejudice to what it is that you saw, some people will say that the responsibility for rebuilding is a joint responsibility of all the governments at different levels, and that the different levels will carry different levels of responsibility, so to speak. We understand, and I don't know if you have heard this, that the police has arrested at least 26 people in connection with the killings that happened in Yelwata. Is that a development that your people are monitoring as well?
Marco, that's a lie. Because the president went there and scolded the Inspector General of Police, and the following day, just less than 48 hours or thereabout, paraded some people that they've arrested. Where are the people? That incident happened actually, it was on the 9th, I think, or the 13th and 14th of June. It's more than 2 months. Where are the people?
You say that you dismiss it very casually and say it is a lie. And that's why I asked you if you had followed up with the people that were said to have been arrested. Is there a lawyer to say we are interested in this matter, we want to be joined, we want to see their prosecution? But to dismiss it and say that the IGP told a lie, this arrest was reported at least 10 days after the incident. And I think that there's been another development around the arrest of the people who were, taken in connection with the crisis in Yelwata. You think it is right to just dismiss it and say it is a lie?
As far as I'm concerned, as far as we are concerned, it's a lie. The reason is very simple. We've seen that over and over in Nigeria. So if you have arrested people just a week after the president visited there, these 2 months later, where are they? Why can't the IG take them to court so that we can see? You are a journalist, Mark Way. It would have been all in the media space that these people are charged to court. So it's not just by going there to parade some people and so we've arrested since. No, where are they? Which court has the IG taken those criminals to? Where are they? So they are non-existent as far as we are concerned. Those are just playing to the gallery, the same thing that keeps on happening in Nigeria every time, that people cannot just do the right thing. So that's it.
I don't know if you're also aware of the charges against 9 suspects. This time around is from the office of the DSS. I think recently some people were charged to court in connection with that particular crisis. This time from the office of the DSS. Is this something you're also dismissing as well?
When you are charged to court, who are the people? Are they unnamed people? Where are they? So please, let's get serious let's get serious and forget about all these things. It's not today. We've seen many people, many mothers in Nigeria.
Aleva, I truly understand your cynicism, and I understand the reason why you want to be dismissive. But in this instance, if we're talking about lives, and we're talking about an announcement, this has not come from the Commissioner of Police in Benue. We're talking about the Inspector General of Police, talking about people being arrested in connection. This is after he was openly asked by the president, what about the arrest? And then you say that without any evidence, without any shred of evidence, that this is a lie. Don't you think that there needs to be at least a little more conscientious follow-up on the part of those who are able to before this is dismissed?
Now, Mark, let me say this clearly. We are not, just as I said, we are not politicians, neither are we in government, that we will sit here and be lying to Nigerians, especially to our people. Now, if you say you have arrested people, and you still have criminals in the bush, I went to Yelewata. You can go there tomorrow. There are some areas you cannot get there. So, which people did you arrest that people are still being killed? I just told you, just less than 10 days ago, people were killed in Yelewata. So what are we talking about? Or the arrested some and left some there. They are still in the bush. I challenge anybody to go to Yelewata and just from where the secondary school is, just take like 100 meters away from there into the bush, whether you will not be killed. So how can you tell me that they were arrested? This is a clear evidence, Markway. If they were arrested, then there should be peace in Yelewata. The people should be able to go back to their homes. They were not arrested. It's plain to the gallery.
So whilst it is that, how do I put it now? Whilst it is that you are hoping for this, well, I say, rebuilding on the part of the federal government, what efforts would you say that the local government and the state government, what efforts have they put in to see a return to at least some semblance of normalcy in Yelwata?
I'm not going to speak for the government. I just went to Yelewata and I got there. I'm just saying exactly what I saw on ground, that nothing is happening there. I went there, in our little way, we were able to, we took relief materials down to the people. We spoke to them, we encouraged them. And we heard from them. We heard from the local kings, that's the chiefs. We heard from community leaders. We heard from the youth. We interacted with these persons freely. There are pictures out there, social media, and the rest. So I'm not going to sit here and start saying all we do know is that the government, the primary responsibility of the government, now federal government as far as I'm concerned, is the protection of lives and property. So if at the end of the day, arson is committed against our people, wanton killings and whatever, they were not involved in communal fighting or anything you want to call it. They were not involved. They're just on their own peaceful people living peacefully. They were killed in their sleep and all those ones. And the only thing the federal government would do is to give directive and all those ones, and nothing is happening. Where is FEMA? There are all those emergencies. So that's where our problem is. So they should rebuild their market. It's a young market, vibrant place. So those in concern should do the needful and protect our people. We are not, we've not gone to any Fulani's enclave or anything. Protect our people. That's the...
All right, well, Mr. Aleva, just one question to start with. You've repeatedly mentioned the federal government, and even the last time you mentioned, you said, as far as I'm concerned, the federal government, as far as I'm concerned. Are you saying that the local governments in which this Yelwata community is located and the state government, are you saying they're irresponsible?
I'm not saying that. One thing you should know, I asked some certain pertinent questions here before. First of all, let me ask you, who controls immigration? Is it the state government or the federal government? So when you have mad people, criminals, pouring into our country, people in government will just sit by and so these are not the Fulani we used to know. Those are politicians saying all those nonsense. So who controls immigration? It's the federal government. Who controls the use of arms? It's the federal government.
But does that, Mr.
It's the federal government.
Just a second, but does that negate, does that overrule the fact that there is a local government administration in place and there is a state government in place who from time to time, to the best of my understanding, hold their own security meetings? There are DSS officials in that community who sit with local government officials and state government officials who could have anticipated that these attacks are going to come. So are you saying that no one did their jobs and it's only the federal government that has a responsibility in this, that there is nothing the state government could have done, not even engage the federal government?
See, some politicians will say, oh, probably you are supporting the state government or whatever. That's nonsense. Let's be serious. Since we embrace this contraption called federal government or whatever, where it's purely a unitary system of government, you can't go and be blaming the subnationals for security and all those ones. Federal government should do the needful.
This is not about blaming. I would like us, you are a Nigerian primarily, and one of the things that I think we all should do is have some confidence in our systems, in our governments and all of that. The state government gets resources, particularly the government of the state government. They receive what they call, the governor's office, to the best of my knowledge, receive what they call security votes. It is not just pocket money. It is for security of lives and property in the state. You're right. Certain infrastructure are controlled by the federal government. But is that to say that the state government doesn't have any responsibility at all?
They have. They have. They have responsibility to the people. But the buck stops with the federal government. What I'm saying is that, okay, look at Yelewata. I was told on ground that the killings lasted for about 6 hours. So a situation whereby the security agencies will be informed and they will have to wait to get instructions from the IG of police or whatever you call it, from Abuja or whatever, and people are being killed. How can you go and blame the chairman of the local government? The chairman that cannot order even the commissioner of police there, even the governor. The governor, if Abuja decides to do otherwise, the governor cannot even order the commissioner of police. So let's stop playing to the gallery.
Perhaps I think we can agree, just a second, I think we can agree that there is a problem somewhere, particularly in that chain of command, if you want to put it, because that cannot continue. Now, you also remember that when the president went to Yelwata, something that he said is still pertinent. And I'm wondering if you engaged anyone when you came home to have conversations on that. The president said, and I quote, "Let us meet in Abuja. Let's fashion out a framework for lasting peace. I'm ready to invest in that peace. I assure you we will find peace." And at that meeting, he named certain persons, suggesting to the state government that, look, it's your state. You need to be able to lead on this. Do you have any updates on that?
I just saw it announced, just like what you're saying, that, you know, politicians can never bring peace to anywhere. So when you name a committee, you just choose politicians here and there. Yeah, the traditional rulers are there, but, you know, they are helpless. Politicians, they can never bring peace. They have their grievances and grudges or what. So how are they going to bring peace? We talk about peace. Is it political peace? So they should bring peace. But as far as we are concerned, in Mzough U Tiv United Kingdom, we are concerned about our people. We are not concerned about peace amongst politicians or whatever. We're just concerned about people. Our own is very simple. Stop the killings in all areas in Tiv land and even to Idoma land, in all areas. Stop the killings. Our people should go back to farm. Look at what's happening, Ayo. And farming season passed by nothing. People are not farming, putting them into hunger. By the time we go into January, February, but these people will be starving.
And it's a very, very worrying.
We're not interested in their so-called peace and whatever. The peace is not to the people. None of these persons will say, oh, they've gone to Yelewata. How many of them?
It's a very troubling scenario that you have painted, Mr. Aleva, because one of the things that we know about Benue State is the food basket of the nation. And for the food basket not to go to farm, I wonder how that is going to happen. And the people need to live in peace. Otherwise, what's the point? Thank you so much for your time this morning, Mr. Victor Aleva, President of MUTUK. We appreciate your time today.